Okay, everyone, I'm ready to read the story, and here it is, how Santa got his job. It looks like he's looking in the newspaper to see if there are any jobs listed for him. That's not really how the book is going to go. So let's find out. And as I'm reading the story, if there's a clue, I'm going to stop just for a second and hold up the clue that I believe I've read, okay? There will be about 10 different clues as to why Santa should become Santa. This book is by Stephen Kerensky. Here we go. When Santa Claus was a young man, he went out looking for a job. Santa wanted no part of desks or offices. He liked to stay on the move. And I think that's clue number one. He liked to stay on the move. Yeah, he liked moving around. That makes sense. All right, let's continue. His first job was cleaning chimneys. Santa was sure-footed on even the steepest roofs, and he loved twisting through tight spaces. Oh, that's interesting to me. He loved twisting through tight spaces. Think about a chimney, boys and girls. That's a pretty tight space. But there was a problem. Santa was so neat, he never got covered in ashes or made a mess in the fireplace. Nobody believed him when he said that he did the job. Where's the proof? Some said. You're not even dirty, said others. This led to a lot of arguments. Arguments can be problems, but here's a clue. He never got dirty when he was in the chimney and cleaning it. Does that sound like Santa? Let's go on. There's more clues coming. Santa worked for the post office next, where everyone could see that he was doing his job. Santa's favorite part was bringing packages to people all over town. Oh, I've got to stop. Favorite part of his job? He loved bringing packages to people all over town. Does that sound like Santa? Waiting in traffic was frustrating, though. It's silly to waste all this time, he decided. To speed things up, he just started making deliveries in the middle of the night. That seems like a clue. Delivering things in the middle of the night? But there was a problem. No one was happy to see him in the middle of the night. The postmaster got so many letters of complaint that Santa had to leave that job. Since Santa had discovered he enjoyed staying up late, he tried cooking at an all-night diner. It felt good to fill orders for customers. Sometimes Santa even surprised people with extra helpings. Oh, I couldn't eat another bite, many of them said. Well, maybe just one. But there was a problem. Every night Santa tasted and sampled and tasted some more before he brought anything out of the kitchen. He gained a lot of weight. Is that a clue? He sampled a lot of food and gained weight. Things are looking a little bit more like Santa Claus. Well, hoping to get some exercise, Santa then found a job at the zoo. He was very organized about the animals. He even said, I know when they are sleeping and I know when they're awake. Over time, he also learned whether they were being naughty or nice. And is that clues 7 and 8? He knew a lot about the animals. He knew what they were thinking, and he knew when they were sleeping or awake. Actually reminds me of a song during Christmas time. He knows when you... Oh, back to the book. But there was a problem. Santa became close friends with the reindeer, and all the other animals got jealous. Sadly, the zookeeper let Santa go. Seems every time I read, but there was a problem, he's let go. By now, Santa was getting discouraged. Look, he kind of looks a little bit sad. He didn't even notice what the reindeer were doing behind him. Flying? They worked hard to cheer him up. Oh, they wanted Santa to be happy. So together, wait, what? They joined the circus? Soon the reindeer were shooting Santa out of a cannon 3 times a night. Santa liked flying through the air and wearing his new red costume. He was a big success. Clues 9 and 10, boys and girls, are Santa liked flying through the air and he wore a new red costume. Wow. But there was a problem. The ringmaster wanted to build up suspense. You need to look scared, he told Santa. We want the crowd to worry about you. But Santa was having too much fun. Ho, 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 he always cried as he flew through the air. The crowd didn't worry about him at all. The angry ringmaster soon fired Santa and the reindeer. As they gathered up their things to leave, some elves came looking for autographs. When they heard the news, they invited Santa and the reindeer home for supper. It was a long way. They lived out of town. They were toy makers, and their house was their workshop. The clues keep coming. Santa was amazed. Children must love these toys, he said. The elves looked embarrassed. They only made the toys for themselves. Selling them was too much trouble. What if you give them away? Santa asked. The elves hadn't thought of that. I could deliver them for you, Santa offered. There were enough toys here for children all over the world. The elves smiled and they hired him on the spot. Wow. Things are coming together, boys and girls. The elves made Santa a special sack that was always big enough, no matter how many toys were put in it. Then they built him a sleigh. The polar bears offered to put it. Wait a minute. The polar bears? They were very strong and they whipped Santa across the snow. But there was a problem. And it was the biggest problem of all. You see where the polar bears ended up? I think it's because they couldn't fly. To Santa's surprise, this problem could be solved. Santa and the reindeer practiced together every day. They made a few mistakes at first, but soon they learned to work as a team. You know what? That's what happens in a lot of jobs. You work as a team. In the darkest part of winter, when people need their spirits lifted the most, Santa got ready to go. As the elves said goodbye, they gave Santa an emergency kit. It had a compass, ski goggles, cough drops, and other things. Santa thanked them very much. All his jobs had taught him it's good to be prepared. So all of his jobs taught him good lessons that he could use when he was Santa. Then Santa and his reindeer took off. That first night was a little hard because Santa was still learning about shortcuts and high winds, but at last he got the hang of it. Ever since then, the elves have made toys all year, and Santa has given them away in one night. He loves his job as much as ever, and he's gotten pretty good at it over the years. Still, he always keeps his emergency kit close by because no job is perfect. The end. How Santa Got His Job by Stephen Krinsky. A lot of clues added up to show Santa what he really needed and wanted to be. More on this in a little while.